In celebration of CNN departure, Mark Levin revisits Jim Acosta's worst moment. I can't wait to see this clip. I can only imagine what moment what moment this is. I haven't seen the clip yet, so we're going to be watching this together. But Jim Acosta, one of the worst journalists, so-called journalists, I should say, in our country. This dude was disgusting. The way he caped for the Democrat Party was just ridiculous, and have the audacity to pretend like he's fair and balanced when he's everything but. You know, it's just ridiculous. I've really had a deep disdain for Jim Acosta. So we gonna play the clip. We gonna talk about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. Has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from The Blaze, and they report that Mark Levin is doing his happy dance after CNN anchor Jim Acosta, a vehement Trump critic, has left the network where he's worked since 2007. Levin says he won't miss watching Acosta, quote, destroy press conferences and act in ways that can only be described as truly obnoxious. We all seen his the press conferences where he was shot and yell, and even other journalists that was at the that were at those press conferences, we like telling him to sit down and be quiet and stuff, but he just wouldn't. Just a like he said, obnoxious person. But for a memory's sake, he watches an old clip from a 2018 press conference in which Acosta attempted to start a debate over illegal immigration with President Trump. Knowing he's on the wrong side of the debate now, with almost 80% of Americans believe in deportation, and that's including 67% Democrats believe in deporting these illegal aliens back to where they came from. But let's play this clip here. Here we go.
Jim Acosta, he's gone and forgotten. I mean, gone from TV. I guarantee you he'll be back somewhere. Remember Al Gore was on Al Jazeera TV? Anybody remember that? Oh, yeah.
I remember that.
But that's Qatar, you know, our new friend who's doing God's work. $1.8 billion to Hamas. And now they've said, yeah, we and the Turks, we'll take some of these Palestinian terrorist prisoners back. Sure we will. Yeah, because they'll fit right into those societies. So we have Jim Acosta, who really destroyed these press conferences, really was truly obnoxious, just outrageous. And they do this because they have a real small circle of people who think this is fantastic. Mostly they meet at Sundays at a...
Yeah. I call them the elitist bubble. They all live in a bubble. They sit around and circle jerk and slap hands and talk about how wonderful they got it. And only they are the only ones that believe in these things. They live in their own world. They have no idea about the common plights, the common struggles of the average American citizen. So they sit around and they pat each other on the back and give each other awards and all these other weird things that normal people have no idea about what they do. These elitists, and they don't they don't understand how most of us struggle day to day, and they live in their own worlds basically.
Starbucks or in Georgetown, Washington D.C., or some cafe in New York, you know, where they get the everything bagel and the strawberry cream cheese. Anyway, they're all so thrilled with themselves. Let's take a little trip down memory lane. Go.
As you know, Mr. President, the caravan was not an invasion. It's a group of migrants moving up from Central America towards the border with.
He said it's not an invasion. I remember this clip here. I remember this here. He said it's not an invasion. We have millions of people pouring into this country, but it's not an invasion.
The U.S.
First of all, you have a reporter who talks like this to a sitting president?
Right.
President can call it whatever he wants. And he said, no, it's not. You have a group of migrants. Yeah, an invasion, you dimwit. Go ahead.
Thank you for telling me that.
Why did you characterize it as such?
Because I consider it an invasion. You and I have a difference of opinion.
But do you think that you demonized immigrants in this election to try to keep...
I want them to come into the country, but they have to come in legally. You know, they have to come in, Jim, through a process. I want it to be a process. And I want people to come in, and we need the people.
Your campaign...
Wait. You know why we need the people, don't you? Because we have hundreds of companies moving in. We need the people.
But your campaign had an ad showing migrants climbing over walls and so on.
Well, that's true.
But
they weren't actors.
They're not going to be doing that.
They weren't actors. Well, no, it's true. Do you think they were actors?
He acted like that didn't happen. Like they weren't climbing over a fence and stuff. What is he talking about right now? Jim Acosta is a freaking idiot, man. I really, 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 really do not like this dude.
They weren't actors. They didn't come from Hollywood. Right. These were people. This was an actual, it happened a few days ago. And
they're hundreds of miles away, though. They're hundreds and hundreds of miles away. That's not an invasion.
Honestly, I think you should let me run the country. You run.
What is he talking about? They're hundreds of miles away. Where do you think they're going to, dude? Mind you, this is 2018. This dude, he's been capping for the Democrat Party for years.
Run CNN, right. And if you did it well, your ratings would be much better.
If I may ask one other question, Mr. President.
By the way, look how he's being rude to everybody else. He's monopolizing the entire event. This is a press conference. What's the point of a presidential press conference? Truly, it's to inform the American people. It's not to get into a debate, not to be a show-off with your friends. Mm-hmm. I mean, one of the reasons Biden was so horrendous among 1,000 is because he didn't have press conferences, so he wasn't informing the American people, even as to the basics, his mental health. They were covering it up. They were concealing it. Here, right. Jim Acosta is not interested in gleaning information for the American people. He's interested in making news, and he's the center of the news. And he's disrupting the entire press conference. He's disrupting the way a representative government's supposed to work, and all the other reporters have to sit there and listen to this crap. And the president has to deal with it too. Go ahead.
Ask one other question. Are you worried?
That's enough. That's enough.
Mr. President, I was
going
to ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr. President.
Remember when I remember this clip. Everyone should remember this clip. This is when he took his hand and kind of chopped her away when she was trying to grab the microphone for him, and he act like he didn't do anything. You can clearly see him swipe at this woman's arm here. Look at it again. Here we go. I rewound it some. Here we go.
I was going to ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr. President.
That's enough.
Mr. President.
I have never seen anything like this. I remember it.
Yeah.
He's holding on to that thing. He's wrestling with the young lady. He's fighting with the President of the United States. Go ahead.
One other question, if I may ask, on the Russia investigation.
So now he moves on to Russia. It's so wonderful that he's gone from CNN, and hopefully he's gone forever from journalism. If he's on some backwater thing, it doesn't matter. Nobody knows what he's doing. That's fine.
Right. Nobody cares what he's doing.
But really, if the media want to get control, again, of being the source through which we learn information, that is the corporate media, they've got to clean this up. They're not cleaning it up. This is a one-off.
No.
This is a one-off. I do have to say.
They're just like the Democrat Party. They're doubling down on the same thing that turned people off. They're not learning their lessons. Jim Acosta is going to be spewing this same crap just on another platform, another liberal platform. The Democrat Party is going to continue to play their identity politics like nothing has changed. They're not learning anything from what the American people are telling them. So they're going to continue to do this idiocracy stuff that they're doing.
The Post is trying to clean it up, the Washington Post, Bezos. The guy that owns the LA Times, he's trying to clean it up somewhat. But this is a disgrace. Go ahead.
Are you concerned that you may have...
I'm not concerned about anything with the Russian investigation because it's a hoax. That's enough. Put down the mic.
Isn't that terrible? They would never do this to an Obama. They certainly never did it to Biden.
Never.
They would never do it to a Democrat. They'd never do it to a liberal Republican, but here it is.
For all this and much more, sign
Facts. Facts. All facts. Jim Acosta is a disgusting person. Again, I'm glad he's gone. That's not gonna make me watch CNN anymore. Watch CNN though. You know, they still have a bunch of people just as bad as Jim Acosta, but that's a start. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.